Hey, alright, welcome to Mr. Brown's tutorial of awesomeness about how to use some selection tools in Photoshop. So we've talked about how Photoshop is just pixel based, so everything is just basically, in reality, just some pixels, like little squares of information that Photoshop can use to select certain parts easier uh, depending on what you're trying to do. So anyways, whatever. This is a picture of Matthew, and then this is another picture of Matthew, but with like a background that's got a bunch of other crazy stuff on it. Photoshop can tell the difference between stuff pretty easy when they're different, like this. It's going to have a harder time on this type of photo. But I'm going to show you a couple different tools. One's called the Magic Wand. Super easy when it works. And another one's called the Lasso and the Magnetic Lasso. So real quick, we'll open Photoshop, and it's awesome, and everything is awesome, and Photoshop is awesome, and yeah, cool, Photoshop, yeah, woohoo, you're ripping. I'm going to close this whole thing. I got a file open, and I'll show you on the easy one first. Sure, this one. So in here, you got your lasso, polygonal lasso, and magnetic lasso. Those ones let you make actual selections where you draw the selection. But there's this tool called the Magic Wand tool. And essentially, if I click somewhere, it looks for pixels that look the same as the pixels I clicked on. So if I click here once, oh my gosh, it just selected practically everything except for some weird stuff that was on the wall. If I wanted to, I could delete that, although I'd have to rename this background layer. I could hit backspace, now it's gone, select, deselect, and now I essentially just have Matthew besides these like little things that I could just take the eraser and get rid of them. Yeah. Look at it, that was like 2 clicks and it was done. And I have Matthew by himself, he's chilling. I could put him into a different picture, I could do all kinds of stuff with it. So that's cool, and it's really nice because it was really easy. The whole point is that we planned this by putting him onto like a blank wall, more or less. So that was really easy. It's essentially like a cheap green screen, the way that they do, movies or whatever. So that's the Magic Wand, and you can set the difference. So this thing called tolerance is how different from the pixel you select on do you want the computer to look for. So if I set it to 1 and I click, it's not going to find very many because it means it has to look identical. If I set it to 200, it's going to select the whole picture. See how the lines are going around the whole thing? So the default is 32. You can mess around with it. Sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. 25 got everything except for like these other things that are completely different, and got Matthew perfect. You can say select inverse, and now I just have the opposite of what I selected. And then I could move this. I could take him and put him into a different photo or something like that. So that's the Magic Wand. I think I'll